Hey friends, so now we're gonna speak about the most important chapter in the whole Power BI, the data modeling, because if data modeling is weak in your project, everything else is gonna suffer and fail. So in this chapter, we're gonna do a full deep dive into data modeling in Power BI, but the right way.
There's a right way to do this.
So I'm gonna do it with you carefully, step by step, as usual with the fundamentals, using sketches, and then we deep dive as we progress. So now, let's get started. Alright, so now let's have a look to the main phases, the main components in Power BI. So we start by connecting the data from the sources, and after that we transform it using Power Query, and then we build the data model, and on top of it we write DAX calculations. Then the next step we start building visuals, report and dashboard and share it with the others. So now by looking to this, we have like clear separation between like back-end work and front-end work. But now what happened in real Power BI projects in many companies is that people try to skip things in the back-end and jump immediately to the front-end things, because building visuals are more fun, right? Colors, charts, dashboards, and it is the thing that the end user is gonna see from you. So they try to speed up the backend process, and especially one thing, they skip the data modeling. So they might do some transformations in Power Query, build some DAX, but the data model step, it is totally skipped. And this is, my friends, where many Power BI projects start to fail over the time. So everything in the project is gonna start be heavy, expensive, slow, and hard to maintain. And I can tell you many stories about this at work. I got invited many times to save Power BI projects that are suffering and failing, so they ask me to review the project and suggest fixes in order to save it. And I can tell you, after reviewing and auditing the whole project, almost all of them are doing the same mistake. They are skipping the data modeling. They are really huge projects, but they rush it, so they go immediately from the sources and start building visualizations and dashboard, and over the time they start failing. So in many cases we just built the data model and saved the project, but there were some projects where it was too late and they died over the time. So data modeling is very important, and I understand why this happens, because data modeling can feel hard, and many courses out there, they just show you simple star schema and they move on to the next steps. But with me, we will not do that.
I will not be beat. I will never give up.
So now let's start with the mindset and understand why data modeling is so important, and if you skip it, everything gonna fail. Let's go.
Let's get the party started.
Let's get the party started.
Okay, so it starts like this. Someone gonna ask you for a new report, and you're gonna start connecting the data and create one big flat table with all columns that are needed. Then you start adding some DAX calculations, build the report, and then share it with the user. So that's it, and this might take like maybe 1 or 2 weeks. At the start, you're gonna feel that everything looks fine, and you're gonna feel that you are fast and flexible, but Power BI projects don't stay small. The data gonna grow, you're gonna get more requests to extend the report, you're gonna get more users are using it, and you're gonna start feeling things are getting like out of control, because this one table, my friend, it is not a data model, and it's gonna cause a lot of issues. So now, the first issue is all about the size. Things might work if you have like 10,000 rows, you won't feel the problem, but if the sources are like providing 100k or million, 10 million rows, you're gonna feel the issue. This one table gonna get bigger very fast, because the same information like the product name, customer name is repeated over and over, which gonna make the whole Power BI heavy for no good reason. Instead of storing the product name only once, you are storing it thousands or millions of times. So the size of your one table gonna grow very fast, and this gonna lead, my friend, to many other issues like the performance. And here two things gonna get slow. First performance issue is the load process from the source to Power BI. So refreshing the model gonna move quickly from few minutes into half hour or hour. So it's gonna be painful to bring a new data to the Power BI. And the other performance issue is the report performance. Power BI gonna need more time to scan the one big table, to build the visualizations, the filters, and to react to the interaction from the end user. So your report gonna be slow, your users gonna suffer, and I can tell you in real projects, if the report doesn't open in like 2 or 3 seconds, your users gonna say, you know what, the whole project is slow, and they're gonna start complaining about it. So performance issue gonna be everywhere. Now we come to another big issue, the DAX. I met a lot of people in projects that think DAX is complicated or they are bad at DAX, but actually this is not the problem. The one big table forcing them to write complicated formulas and calculations in DAX. The rule is very simple. Bad data model gonna lead to bad complicated DAX. Because of not having a data model and having one table, a simple measure that should take only one line becomes 10 lines because you have to twist things in order to get the right results. So having no model gonna be the issue for the size, the performance, and DAX. Now, what is the solution? Is of course to build a data model. So that means we stop putting everything in one big table, we split the data into meaningful tables and connect them with their relationships. This is gonna solve all those issues because it's gonna make the model smaller. So the same product information or the customer information will not keep repeating because of the sales. So the text is not repeated for no reason million of times. The size is gonna stay small, and this of course means you're gonna have good performance. So you can load a new data to Power BI, you can refresh faster, and as well the performance of your reports gonna be faster. Like for example, if you have a slicer in the report, Power BI doesn't have to go and scan one big table. Instead, it's gonna go and read one small dimension table, which gonna be way faster to build the visual for your users. And as well, because of having relationships between those tables, DAX can become easy. So the data model and the relationships gonna do big part of the work, and your calculations on DAX gonna become smaller and easier. So those are the big wins and the first reasons why we need a data model. But there is another problem. Now the thing is, if you skip building solid data models and you go with the one table, this gonna lead over the time to very bad habit, or let's say bad system design, that's gonna be the main reason of why your project is meant to fail. And by the way, I saw this in many projects at companies. Now the thing is, you will not build like only one report and that's it at companies. You will get requirements to build another report, another dashboard. And now since you don't have a data model and you just build one tailored table, this gonna lead you to build another one table for the new requirements, for the new reports. So you're gonna do the whole process from the scratch, connecting data, building one table, building one dashboard, and then sharing it with the user. And this design gonna continue. So you're gonna get a new requirement for new reports, and you're gonna do the same thing over and over, one table for one report. And my friends, if your project start looking like this, one table, one report, then I can tell you this is gonna be the beginning of the end of your project. Now let me tell you why. Now for you, the one that is building the project, this is gonna be a nightmare to maintain. So let's say that you found an issue in the transformations, or you want to change something because you got a new requirement. Now what's gonna happen? You're gonna go to all Power BI files and start editing this one table one by one, and you're gonna try your best of course to do the same thing over and over to have the sync between those transformations. But I can tell you this is a lost battle because one day you're gonna forget to update one of them. So one small change is gonna be a lot of work for you. It's gonna become days or weeks until you finish. So really hard to maintain. And this is gonna lead as well to another issue. Your calculations and transformations gonna start be different from one report to another. And this is a big issue not only for you but as well for the business, for the users, because now your reports are showing different numbers. In one report you show the sales as 1.2 million, and another report could show the sales 1.4 million. At the end it is the same thing, it is the sales, but you're gonna calculate it differently in all those files. And I can tell you, when your users gonna start seeing that the numbers are not matching, they will stop trusting the whole Power BI project. They will not see that the data model is wrong. They're gonna see, okay, the whole Power BI tool, or let's say the whole project is wrong. And this is exactly the turning point. This is how projects starts to fail, to die, where people stop using the dashboard and they go back to their old tools using Excel. Now of course the question is, what is the solution? Of course, building a solid data model. Now the thing is, one big table is usually built and tailored around one report. But once you start thinking in models, you go and start building things around the business. So you're gonna say, okay, we need sales, we need products, customers, dates, and connect them together. You are not tailoring anything for a report. You are actually building a solid model for the business that can answer analytical questions. So naturally, you're gonna start reusing this model for multiple reports, because usually the next reports are for the same business. So what I'm trying to say here is, once you start building data models, you start thinking how this model can serve multiple reports. And this is a big win if your project start looking like this. First of all, it is easier to maintain. You're gonna be very fast. So if you found any issue or you want to change the logic of something, you go to one place and do that. And your change or your fix gonna affect all the reports. So it is easy to maintain. And not only that, this gonna automatically force standards and consistency. So you're gonna have less chance of having different different numbers in different reports. So that means your project can have better chance to survive and be solid for many other use cases. So this is, I'm gonna say, a bigger reason why we need data modeling in Power BI projects. And now we come to some reality check, or let's say some people gonna push back on this and gonna say, hey, this gonna looks really good on paper, but in real projects it will never work because different reports have different requirements, and if everything depends on one shared model, then changes one thing gonna become really scary. So you're gonna feel like I might break something if I change the calculation because all reports are using it at once. Well, I'm gonna be honest, this is totally fair. This is what's gonna happen if you build one giant shared data model for everything. We will not do that, of course. You will not build for one company one model. You will be creating shared model by subject area, by domain. One model for the sales reports, one model for the finance, another one for the HR report. So you're gonna get like a group of reports that are using one model. Things gonna look like this. For each domain, you're gonna have multiple reports and one model. And if your project is getting bigger and bigger, you're gonna have multiple models. So that means we will be in the middle. So we will not go and create like one table for each report. And at the same time, we will not try to force one model for the whole company. Now, let's have a recap. Why data modeling is important? Because bad models gonna create technical problems. Very big Power BI files, slow reports, hard to refresh, and complex docs. And as well, bad modeling gonna also create project problems. Repeated work, hard maintenance, different KPI numbers, and users losing trust. So I hope with this you have now enough arguments why you have to take time to do data modeling. Maybe you have to go and now convince one of your managers or your project. If you skip it, your report might work for now, but over the time you have high risks of failing. Alright my friends, so this is the start of a big chapter in Power BI. I hope you enjoyed it. Next, of course, we're gonna deep dive into what is data modeling, what are the different types, and how to build clean, fast data model. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.